Back again. This is Don O'Malley, and this is going to be part 2 of The Fighting Devil Dogs. I really enjoy this show. This is an excellent copy, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. You'll get a kick out of this, and we'll be showing shorts afterwards, so stick around to the end. Thanks again. This is Don O'Malley.
It's headed for the dirigible. If we hit it, we'll stop it. Come on, the parachute! Put your arms through the straps and hang on! Let's go! Starboard! Drop the ladder. Get into the cabin and get on some dry clothes.
There's nothing we can do about it. No more torpedoes.
Make for the stratosphere, then head back to the base.
Gentlemen, I believe we have valuable evidence which will aid us in trapping the lightning.
Is the prisoner ready to talk?
If you lock me up in a safe place until the lightning is caught, I'll tell you all I know. Gentlemen, I think we should review this case so that everyone may be brought to date on the matter. Lieutenant, tell us what you know of this infernal machine.
During the recent trouble in Lingchuria, I set out with a platoon of men to Lingchao, province about 30 miles away.
Detail, halt! We ought to be about two-thirds of the way there now. Hey, what's that place? That's General Lucasan's headquarters. More or less the military police outpost for Lingchuria. Seems sort of quiet.
It's funny, sir, we haven't been challenged yet. What's that?
Oh, probably some wild animal.
Lieutenant Grayson! Hey, wait. He hasn't been dead long either.
By his uniform, he's from the fort. Most likely a sentry.
Corporal, take 2 men and report this to General Lucasan. Return at once.
Aye, aye.
I hate to take time out for this, but it's the only thing to do.
That's strange. There isn't a mark on him. But take a look at that face. Something must have scared him to death.
They've been gone 30 minutes now. Fire another shot, Sergeant.
Yes,
Let's find out what's wrong. Get them going.
forward, double time, fire! Corporal Lake! Corporal Lake!
They're dead.
Come on, then. Williams, Murphy, stand by here.
Search the building. Didn't happen very long ago.
Do you think it could be poison gas, Lieutenant? The air smells kind of funny.
No, if it were poison gas, they would have died violently. The general's still holding onto the pen he was writing with. To the Honorable Lin Wing, San Diego.
You know, something does smell kind of funny. Like the odor in a powerhouse.
Let's look around outside. Let's circle the fort. I'll meet you on the other side.
Sergeant Bennett, come back here, you'll be killed! Tom! Take it easy, old man.
My men, Frank! They're in there!
It won't do any good. They're all gone.
Right after that, the Lingchurian consul, Lin Wing, was mysteriously electrocuted in his home. I was convinced that there was one person behind these two occurrences. So with my father and Lieutenant Corby, went to visit Warfield at his home.
Good evening, Benson.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Warfield is expecting you.
So you see, Mr. Warfield, how important it is to investigate.
Why, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Do you really believe, Tom, that a torpedo or shell could be charged with that much electricity?
That's the question I hope your father can answer.
You see, Ben, the sudden death of Lin Wing caused a suspension of the court of inquiry.
And unless Tom can back up his theory with sound scientific reasoning, it may go hard with him.
Well, such a thing is not entirely outside the realms of electrical engineering.
Good. It isn't myself I'm thinking of. There's a monster to be tracked down. A fiend who can menace the entire world with his diabolical machine.
Take it easy, Tom. You'll need clues.
I've got them. The person who killed Lin Wing emptied his safe of papers and burned them. I've got the ashes in this box.
Interesting. Come downstairs to my laboratory and bring the box with you. Now, give me the largest piece you have in the box and put it between the plates. Very carefully. All right, Tom, throw the switch.
Look,
What is it?
someone was looking in.
Imagine it, maybe.
No, no, I saw it plainly.
Come on, Corby, we'll look around.
There he is. You go that way. Come on.
This? Sailing schedule for the Century Steamship Company. S.S. Rockingham. 10 p.m. March 22nd.
The Rockingham? Say,
Something's going to happen to the Rockingham. You all know the results of the Rockingham disaster.
Ellis, do you know what this is?
Yes. It's the radio-controlled gyroscope. Used to guide the torpedo after it's launched.
Where are these torpedoes made?
I don't know.
Do you know who the Lightning is?
Yes. I made it a point to find out.
Then tell us, man. Tell us.
The Lightning's real name is...
Herman, all right. Don't touch that body. He's electrocuted. the matter? The lightning got away in that car. We'll take mine.
The lightning has just escaped again, sir. His car went over a bank, but he must have jumped out just before the crash. We found no trace of him.
The man must have a charmed life. Report back to your base, Lieutenant, until further orders.
Yes, sir.
It's a good thing for you the window of that car was up and stopped the lightning torpedo.
You're not fooling.
General, I think we shall be able to determine... Good morning, boys.
We came as soon as we received your message, sir. Good work. We must waste no time making an investigation of this gyroscope.
Where's Janet, Mr. Warfield?
What? Haven't seen her this morning.
Out shopping, I presume.
Ah, Crenshaw? Good morning, sir. I was just wondering about you.
I'm sorry, sir. I was delayed. What happened to the foot, Crenshaw?
Oh, nothing. I just turned my ankle. Well, I'm glad it's nothing serious. We have some important work ahead of us. You know, the lightning has been so anxious to get this gyroscope back, I took the precaution of putting it here in the safe. No one knows the combination but myself. It's gone.
Good heavens, man.
I can't imagine how it was taken.
Then I was right.
What do you mean, Lieutenant?
I must apologize, Mr. Warfield, for taking certain liberties. The parcel which I brought you last night to put into your safe was a dummy and did not contain the gyroscope.
You mean, then?
But I did not underestimate the lightning's ability to rob your safe. But he was fooled. The real gyroscope is here.
That's fine, Grayson. My relief leaves no room for resentment, Lieutenant. You did the right thing. I think you might have told me, however.
To tell you the truth, sir, I hesitated to breathe a word of it. The lightning seems to hear everything.
Come in.
A message for you, sir.
Where'd you get this? The bell rang, sir. I answered it, found the envelope sticking in the door. There was no one in sight.
Very clever, Mr. Warfield. The dummy parcel in your safe almost fooled me. If you care to hear from your daughter, Janet, turn on your radio at 12 noon. The dial is already set, and it's signed with the mark of the lightning.
When did you last see Miss Janet Benson?
Early this morning, sir. She left quickly and did not say where she was going.
Thank you.
Must do something. That fiend is Captain Janet. We must locate her somehow.
The best thing we can do is to obey the message and turn on the radio. It's 10 minutes to 12 now.
It's 12 o'clock, Mr. Warfield. I always keep my appointments, and this time I wish to make a bargain with you. Your daughter, Janet, is at this moment my guest. She will remain my guest until the gyroscopic direction control is returned to me. To relieve your mind concerning your daughter, Mr. Warfield, and to prove that she is my prisoner, I will let her speak to you. All right, Miss Warfield. You may speak to your father. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and talk. But if you make a single break, I'll cut you right off. Go on.
Father, it's true. I'm being held prisoner. But don't worry about me. I'm all right. I know you'll find me somehow.
That's all.
What thing?
You think it got over? I don't know. I'll go ashore and check.
Bay. West Bay? I don't know any West Bay.
Janet was trying to tell us where she was. They cut her off before she had a chance to finish the second word. West Bay. I've got it. West Basin. That's right. West Basin is where all those old condemned ships are moored.
That waterfront's nothing but a bunch of deserted warehouses. All business moved out of there a year ago.
Sounds like a place they picked, Janet.
Give me the service supervisor.
What's on your mind, Lieutenant?
When the city condemned those warehouses in the West Basin district, all business and commerce moved out. All the telephones were taken out. Now, it's my idea to... hello. Supervisor? This is Lieutenant Grayson, Marine Base. I want to check the addresses on all telephones in the West Basin district. Will you call me back at this number? Thank you. If the Lightning's got a hideout in West Basin, he'll have a phone. Now, my hunch is that the phones in that district are few enough to check on all of them. Corby, wait for that call back. Take down the information. I'll phone in from West Basin. I'm going there as soon as I change it to something less conspicuous.
Right.
Okay. The Lightning wasn't to be on the lookout for trouble. You'll have to take me back to the ship.
What's up?
Oh, we gotta move the girl. You better get going. All right, I'll take the speedboat. Here, put this coat on. You heard him. Well, go ahead. All right, let's go.
Can't get through. They're swinging together.
We'll make it all right.
But I have no faith in the Lightning's promises. If he were going to release Janet, she'd be home by now.
No doubt he's keeping your daughter prisoner in an effort to influence our actions. I sympathize with you, Warfield, but we must track down and eliminate the Lightning.
The loss of the gyroscope leaves us very little to go on. We originally found it near Gahorta, sir, and I'm sure the Lightning has a base there. I suggest that we search Gahorta Island. It's the only place I can think of that might develop a clue as to Miss Warfield's whereabouts.
No easy job. The natives are unfriendly and the jungles are full of outlaws.
But with the help of the Marines already stationed there, sir.
Only a small detachment.
I know, sir, but by using a sensitive field radio, we could pick up and locate any electrical disturbances emanating from the Lightning's base.
Not a bad idea. Captain Cuttle's in command there. No doubt he has the equipment you want.
Then, sir, may we...
It's a risky business. But if we get the Lightning, it's worth the risk. Now, you and Corby fly there immediately. I'll wireless Captain Cuttle, and he'll give you every assistance.
Yes, sir.
Remember, Janet Warfield is in their hands.
Certainly, sir. Every effort shall be made for our safety.
There she is.
She's here. Up there. Go on.
Lieutenant Grayson's efforts got him nothing. After the Marines left, your father turned the gyroscope over to me as I ordered.
Then why am I still a prisoner?
You'll be sent home. I wanted you to take a message to Lieutenant Grayson and your father. Tell them to stop their futile attempts to interfere with me.
They'll pay no attention to your threats.
No one can stop me.
You.
So, you'll never have the opportunity to reveal my identity. Professor!
Yes, Master.
Miss Warfield here will remain with you. I want her taken to Gahorta Island at once. No harm must come to her for the present. I am staying on the mainland. Take off at once. A pleasant journey, Miss Warfield. Calling Island Base ZY. Calling Base ZY. Come back, ZY.
Island Base ZY standing by.
Contact Nickerson, the outlaw leader. Have him raid and destroy the Marines' warehouse at 10 o'clock tonight. And above all, destroy all field radio equipment you find there.
Right.
Calling the wing. Calling the wing. And remember, remain at an altitude of 17,000 feet over Gahorda until further orders.
Communications office, please. Hello? Communications office? Send this wire immediately. From Commanding General to CO Marine Detachment, Gahorda. Urgent priority.
The Marines will not leave Gahorda. Take all steps necessary to defend your position. Signed, General White. Lieutenant, what method of attack do you think the Lightning will use?
Hard to say. We have no way of knowing just how strong a force he has in this vicinity.
Well, I hope he doesn't use his thunderbolt.
There's practically no warning. I've seen them hit several times.
Well, so far, he's only used them against isolated targets.
What defense would you suggest?
Stationing combat patrols in outlying districts, with the central force ready to advance upon the most vulnerable point of attack.
Let me see. That would be the warehouse. We'll proceed along those lines.
Yes, sir.
We have a half hour. You take the warehouse detail, Grayson. Corby and I will station the outpost.
Very good, sir.
Detail. Right. Face. Column half right. Double time. Right.
Right. Hey! Column left. Double time. Right!
We're nearly there. There'll be plenty of guns and ammunition stored in the warehouse for you. But remember, the radio equipment must be destroyed.
Who gave it? I'll give done for. It's the Marines. As skirmishers. Forward. Fire at will. Barricade the door.
Calling the lightning, calling the lightning. The wing reporting.
Go ahead, Wing.
The Marines have not left Gahorda.
Destroy the town. Use the new incendiary bombs.
Stand by. Now.
lightning's wing. It's bombing Gahorta. It's an air raid. Back to headquarters. On the double.
Stand by. Now. Now.
We'll get no help from Gahorta. Send a group of men to the south side to draw their fire. You tear down the main doors.
That about settles Gahorta. There's a warehouse on the outskirts over there. Lay your crossbow.
Hey, listen to the window. Gilbert, wait, over here. Move that stuff further back. Firing!
Stand by.
We'll slip out the back, circle, and counterattack. Let's go.
Now. Stand by.
We'll slip out the back, circle, and counterattack. Let's go. Nobles, lions. Come on, rout 'em out.
Now.
He's firing, men. Explosion got most of them. That field equipment safe.
All right, sir.
All right, men, follow me. General White, sir.
Mr. Warfield, I came as soon as I heard.
Just had another message from the lightning book. Your campaign against the lightning must be stopped. My daughter's life is at stake.
I sympathize with you, Mr. Warfield, but the lightning and his thunderbolts are threatening the safety of our country. It would grieve me if anything happened to Janet, but the lightning must be apprehended at all costs.
But what's being done?
Grayson and Corby are using sensitive radio equipment, capable of detecting any electrical disturbance. With its help, the Marines will undoubtedly locate the lightning's base.
And cost my daughter her life.
Not necessarily. Hello? Give me the Marine-based radio station. Grayson will do his best to save her.
Seems to be strongest from that direction.
The lightning's headquarters must be over that way. The only direction the electrical hum comes from.
It'll be a hard trek from now on. We better get going.
Just a minute, sir. There's a message coming over. You ready? First patrol ready. Go ahead. To Lieutenant Grayson. From General White, San Diego. Via HQ Gohorta. Janet Warfield, now captive on Gohorta. Stop. The lightning declares her life will be forfeited if interfered with. Stop. Proceed with care.
What are we going to do?
That complicates matters.
Take over. Work your way along the seacoast, then cut through the jungles.
Keep following that electrical hum. Hit the lightning's base from the coast side. I'll go on ahead.
Alone?
Yes.
But you'll never get through. The natives have been aroused by our advance and are on the warpath.
I'll have to chance it. I may be able to get Janet out before you attack.
But the natives...
It's an order.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Happy hunting.
Fall in! Forward, hike!
Lightning calling Island Base ZY. Calling Base ZY. Calling Base ZY.
Island Base ZY, standing by.
The Marines are closing in on you. Load all movable equipment and torpedoes onto the wing and submarine. Destroy the cave. Abandon the base.
Get going. That could easily be the entrance to the Lightning's cave. Set up that radio equipment. Impossible to get at it from this side. Contact the Coast Guard patrol boat Pawnee stationed in these waters.
Aye, sir. Calling patrol boat Pawnee. Calling the Pawnee. Come in, Pawnee.
Patrol boat Pawnee answering. Go ahead.
Pawnee answering, sir.
Ask them to proceed to this position and shell the entrance to the Gahorta Cave until it's closed.
Hello, Pawnee. Message received, sir.
Strike your equipment. We'll follow along the shoreline. Follow me. On the run.
Stand faster.
Look out, Tom!
What do we do with him? Tie him up.
Hurry, get that equipment on the submarine. That's all of it. Light the fuse. Come on. Come on, you guys, hurry up. Come on, snap into it.
equipment here. Forward.
Tom, here I am, Frank.
Scatter and search the cave.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Where's Janet?
They took her away in the wing.
Well, I saw her leave just a moment ago.
You men stay here. Come on.
Look!
That finishes the submarine. Tom, here I am, Frank.
Scatter and search the cave.
You men stay here. Come on.
Look!
That finishes the submarine. Come on, let's get out of here.
guess the lightning won't use this cave again.
Yeah.
Which way did the wing go when it took off?
Toward the mainland.
That's the way we're headed for, then.
Follow me.
Return at once. Developments here necessitate the presence of you and Lieutenant Corby.
Well, let's go.
All right, Crenshaw. 403 Burton Street.
The demonstration must be made in absolute secrecy. I'll be there at 8 o'clock.
Every precaution will be taken. Goodbye. Hello, Grayson.
How do you do, sir?
How are you, Corby?
All right.
You sent for us, sir?
Yes, you've just arrived in time. The demonstration takes place tonight.
What demonstration, sir?
Crenshaw claims he's developed a ray which will explode the torpedo before it leaves the wing.
Where is this demonstration to take place, sir?
We're all to meet tonight at 8 o'clock at 403 Burton Street.
403 Burton Street. We'll be there, sir.
Very well.
What I can't understand. Crenshaw has said nothing to me about this machine of his. And why can't we hold a demonstration here in my laboratory? Why should we all meet in an old building in some isolated part of town?
Crenshaw felt we should gather at some place unknown to the Lightning. I'll arrange for a guard. You'll be there, Mr. Warfield?
Yes. I'll come.
I'll call for you at 7:30.
This must be the place. That's probably Crenshaw's ray apparatus.
This whole business seems very suspicious to me.
Crenshaw will be here directly. Maybe he'll be able to explain.
He's 10 minutes late now, sir.
That's strange. Those windows are bolted from the outside.
Well, if we must wait.
Perhaps I'm too apprehensive, but it appears to me that the Lightning always seems to know in advance what our plans are. I'm afraid the answer is that there's someone connected with our group who cannot be trusted.
You mean that Crenshaw might be one of the Lightning's men? Maybe even the Lightning himself?
Frankly, I don't know what to think.
I remember the time my father and Renault were killed. Crenshaw had been working with them, but left a few minutes before a thunderbolt struck the building they were in. Crenshaw didn't show up until the next day.
You've been wondering what had become of you?
I just found out what happened, sir. It's horrible. When did you leave the laboratory, Crenshaw? A little before midnight. And you didn't find out about a thunderbolt striking the laboratory till this morning? I was afraid to go back, sir. After that warning by the Lightning, I was afraid. I must admit that Crenshaw convinced me he was in earnest. Later, though, I had another cause to be suspicious of him. It happened that night when we nearly captured the Lightning. Your message, sir.
Good work. You must waste no time making an investigation of this gyroscope.
Where's Janet, Mr. Warfield?
What? Haven't seen her this morning. Out shopping out of those. Crenshaw?
Good morning, sir.
I was just wondering about you.
I'm sorry, sir. I was delayed.
What happened to the foot, Crenshaw?
Oh, nothing. I just turned my ankle.
Crenshaw never explained just how he acquired that limp.
All right, speed her up. Hey, won't they smell it? No. There's no order to cover them outside. They'll never know what hit them.
Crenshaw would leave at times on various unexpected trips.
But he's not the only possibility. We had been discussing plans of a private nature.
I discovered the last load of torpedo casings was shipped south to Gahorta, sir.
To the island?
What could the Lightning be doing with them there?
May I suggest, sir, that Lieutenant Corby and I leave for Gahorta at once. By flying, we can get there before the shipment arrives.
The trail of those torpedo casings may lead us to the Lightning's base.
Very well. I'll issue the necessary orders for the plane.
We'll be ready to leave within the hour.
Take good care of yourself, my boy.
You both.
Bye.
What are you doing here, Benson?
I was waiting to see Mr. Warfield. I've just received news that might require my making a short trip. A personal matter.
It hadn't occurred to me that my butler might be involved. However, I do recall the time when we were about to get information from one of the Lightning's men.
All right, Jacobs. Can you tell me who gives you your orders?
A man they call the Lightning.
You know who this man is?
No, no one knows that.
You know where he can be found?
The Lightning can be found at the...
What happened? What's happened to the light? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with that? Why, there's the light. This switch is dead. Where's the main switch? It's over there. I'll get it. There you are. Where's the power light gone dead?
The Lightning.
The Lightning was here? In this room?
Look, the door.
Did you ring, sir?
No, I didn't ring.
Come here. Where have you been the last 10 minutes?
In the kitchen, sir?
Was anybody else with you?
Yes, sir. The gardener. At the time, I didn't think to question the gardener as to whether Benson were telling the truth.
It appears to me that either Benson or the gardener, as well as Crenshaw, could be the guilty one. Of course, any one of us is also open to suspicion.
I suppose you're right. But this business tonight looks very suspicious for Crenshaw.
He's buried late.
Frank, something's wrong. Let's get that door open.
Let's break that door down. Take care of General White there. Give me a hand on Mr. Warfield.
that gas coming from?
Through that flue. Someone tapped into the heating system.
Search the building.
Gentlemen, we barely escaped with our lives from a trap set by the lightning.
Deliberate ruse to lure us here so that we could be conveniently murdered.
Crenshaw planned the whole thing, all right. You notice he was mighty certain not to be here when it happened.
It's hard to believe. Yet, Crenshaw has the scientific knowledge. If he's the lightning, it will explain a lot of things that have puzzled me.
What about this ray machine Crenshaw claimed would stop the torpedo?
Merely a part of his scheme to get us in here. Probably of no scientific value.
No doubt you're right. It might be well to send it over to your laboratory till we have time to investigate it.
We'll take care of that, sir.
The police have been notified and have a dragnet out for Crenshaw.
I have a very important clue which I'd like to run down, sir. May I use your telephone?
Go ahead.
Supervisor, please. Corby, get a pencil. Hello, Supervisor. This is Lieutenant Grayson, Marine Headquarters. I want a list of all the outgoing calls made from the Warfield residence during the last 2 days. Thank you.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, follow up. Come on, boys. All right, take them, men. All right, Tom. Come on. You search the house. I'm going to have a look in that barn. Keep them covered, Nobles. Follow me, men. Tom! What is it? I found Crenshaw inside. I thought you would. I found something else.
Lieutenant, I've been put in a very bad light. If you'll just have patience a moment, please.
I hope you know what you're doing, Lieutenant.
This meeting may seem unusual to you, and through it, I hope to force the Lightning's hand. We have all suspected from time to time that the Lightning had access to our group. This is true, and furthermore, at the moment he is in this room, and I am ready to have him pointed out. The witness who will identify the Lightning is behind that curtain. All right, Smith. Janet Warfield, will you tell us how you were captured by the Lightning?
I received a phone call that a friend of mine had been hurt. And when I went to the address that was given me, I was taken prisoner by the Lightning's men.
While you were held captive, didn't you have an opportunity to unmask the Lightning?
Yes, I did.
And he was...
He was...
Get him! There he goes! Bennett! Oh,
I think this proves our case, sir.
but you let him kill Janet.
It was only her reflection. We managed the whole thing with a mirror. Come on out, Janet.
Good work, Lieutenant.
The real clue was this.
Why, it looks like a small gas mask.
Yes, disguised as a nose inhaler. I picked it up after we'd been nearly gassed. Warfield had carelessly dropped it. Concealed by his handkerchief, he was breathing through it while the rest of us were nearly overcome by the deadly fumes. I realized then that Warfield knew in advance that we were to be gassed. But that didn't necessarily prove that he was the Lightning. I decided if he actually were the Lightning, he was holding Janet and would be keeping in touch with her guards. I traced the telephone calls from here, and that Hawkins Road address was the lead I wanted. You know the rest.
But what was Crenshaw doing there?
I was on my way to the conference when I was captured and taken to that cottage.
I owe you an apology, Crenshaw. I admit I suspected you. I thought that ray machine of yours was a bait for the trap.
On the contrary, sir. I'm absolutely convinced that my machine would have proved effective against the torpedo.
Tom, how do you explain Warfield being with us the day the Lightning spoke over the radio?
Janet can tell you that.
It was a recording of the Lightning's voice. I saw them putting the record away while I was still in the radio room.
Must have been a terrible shock to you, Miss Warfield, to learn that your father...
But he's not my father. He adopted me. I've always known that. But he's been very kind to me. And it was a terrible shock to learn that he was the Lightning.
Get the chest out of here. Move that chair out. All right, come on. 1, 2, 3, get through it. Come on.
Take you to build up a firing charge.
In about 5 minutes.
Get some dynamos going. Fools thought they caught me, but I outwitted them. Now on, it'll be war without mercy.
The wing was waiting for him in the field, and he got away.
Look, that light indicates the wing is building up a destructive charge.
The beam's going to torpedo us.
Your ray guns are our only chance now, Crenshaw. Can you make it work?
We'll know in a moment. Give me a hand, Lieutenant.
Dynamos are running. When the light reaches 1,000 mark, we can fire.
Right.
What's wrong?
You solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
What is your name?
Gail Tempest.
What is your occupation?
I'm a dancer.
On the night of February the 13th, were you working at the Black Bottom Cafe when this murder was committed?
Yes, but I didn't do it.
Then who killed Kirk Robin?
I don't know.
Didn't you kill Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor, and ask that the last question be stricken from the records. It is merely an attempt to influence this intelligent, broad-minded, and most intellectual jury.
Objection sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That is all.
Quiet, Polly. If it please the court, Your Honor, at this time I would like to introduce my three main witnesses, Howard, Fine, and Howard. They were here a minute ago. Will you pardon me, Your Honor? I'll be right back.
Hey, what's the idea of spoiling the game?
I was for onesies.
Well, here's twosies.
Oh, he was for onesies? You get him to...
Here's fivesies.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, don't you realize Miss Gail Tempest's life is at stake?
Oh, Gail.
Gentlemen, please try to be a little more quiet in the court.
Certainly, Judgy. The gate is locked.
Will you please step forward? No, no, no. Prepare yourself for the witness box.
Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here.
Take off your hat.
Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here.
Please take off your hat.
Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here.
Will you please take off your hat?
Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here.
Take off your hat.
Raise your right hand. Will you get rid of that hat?
Raise your right hand.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Huh?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Are you trying to give me the double talk?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Why don't you answer him?
He's talking pig Latin. I don't know what he's saying.
He's asking you if you swear...
No, but I know all the words.
He's asking you if you'll swear to tell the truth.
Truth is stranger than fiction, Judgy Wudgy.
Kindly address this court as Your Honor and take the oath.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Certainly. What have I got to lose?
Take the stand.
Where will I put it?
No. Take the stand.
I got it. Now what'll I do with it? Sit down.
You're in a court, not in Clancy's pool room. Sit down.
I'm a victim of circumstance.
Who are you hitting? Oh, you're gone. Relax. Be quiet.
Proceed with the case.
Were you in the Black Bottom Cafe on the night of February the 13th?
Certainly.
Did you at that time see the defendant, Miss Gail Tempest, in any way, shape, or form commit or try to commit bodily harm to the deceased Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor. Counsel's trying to lead the witness.
Objection sustained.
Mr. Howard, did you see Miss Gail Tempest in physical fight with Kirk Robin?
If it pleases the court, may I suggest that counsel be instructed to allow the witness to testify to what he saw?
I say, Jasper, what comes after 75?
76.
That's the spirit.
Request granted. Proceed with the testimony.
Mr. Howard, kindly tell the court what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Allow the witness to proceed. The court understands him.
Thanks, Cordy. You're a pal. Well, me and my pals, we're musicians. We were tearing up some hot swing music in the orchestra. Gail over there was swinging her fans. Her sweetie, Kirk Robin, was inhaling a bottle of hooch at a table. And a hoofer by the name of Buck Wing was getting ready to shake his tootsies.
Kindly speak English and drop the vernacular.
Vernacular? That's a derby.
Drop the vernacular. No, not that. Talk so the jury can understand.
Is everybody dumb? Say, Judgy, if you let me, my partner, and Gailey kind of act it out for you, we'll show you just what happened.
If counsel doesn't object, that's an excellent idea.
No objections.
No objections.
No objections. Okay, Gailey.
You.
I killed him! Oh! A field mouse! Stand back, it's liable to bite you.
Tarantula shot 5 holes in the divot. Get out of here. Go on. Wasted 5 good slugs in it.
I'll sue you for this.
Oh, superstitious, eh?
Oh, vice I kid.
Gentlemen, you must control your killing instincts. Proceed with the testimony, please.
Proceed.
Oh! hot, Mo. Hey, Larry. Listen. You got it.
Please omit the rest of the entertainment and continue.
Now, Gailey's dance was over. I stuck my head in the office door, and I saw Kirk Robin and Buck Wing arguing over by the parrot cage.
What were they arguing about?
I don't know, but Buck Wing was sizzling like a hot hamburger. He grabs Kirk by the neck like that, see? And drags him over to the letterpress, see? Then he smacks him on the head like that. Then he pokes his coconut into the letterpress, see? Like that. Then he says, I'll squeeze the cider out of your Adam's apple. Then he gives him the works like this. And he keeps turning and twisting. That, ladies and gentlemen, is...
What's the matter? You want to kill me?
Why, it's preposterous. When the police broke into the office, they found this woman, the defendant, Gail Tempest, bending over the body of the murdered man with a revolver clutching in her hand.
Which only goes to prove that my client is innocent.
Innocent?
Exactly, and I'll prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, the action of this pistol is so hard, it would take the strength of a mule to pull the trigger. Try it.
I'm no mule.
No, your ears are too short.
So I'm a mule.
Pull the trigger. Never fear, it's not loaded. How could Gail Tempest's frail little finger pull the rusty trigger of that instrument of destruction?
See, there was nothing in it.
Broad Lane, 9972. After 5 o'clock.
Stop killing me!
What'd you do with my boutonniere?
Give me that gun.
What happened? Don't point that gun at me!
Every man for himself, fellas. Ah, there you are, boss. You was called to be a witness, wasn't you?
Certainly. So was you.
What are you butting in for? You're supposed to be a good one, ain't you?
Well, ain't I?
Then what are you disturbing the court for? Get gone.
Stop chewing that gum.
Certainly.
Will you throw that gum away?
Look, I got rid of it. Wait a minute. Hold still. I'll get it. Ow! Ow, my nose!
Hey, you're in the court, not in the woods, Tarzan. Cut it out. Come on.
Order in this court. What does this parrot mean by find the letter?
There's a whole pile of letters there. Must be here. Look, there's a note tied to the parrot's foot. Come on, Polly, 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 Polly. Come on, Polly, Polly, Polly. Come on, Polly, Polly, Polly. Come on.
Ouch! Look out, here it comes. Catch that parrot. Get him. He's coming
Hey.
Oh, my Stradivarius. Oh, my beautiful Stradivarius.
Grab your ear. Come on.
How'll we get him now? Let's get some salt and put it on his tail.
That's no way to get a parrot. You gotta wet his feathers so he can't fly.
Oh, don't do nothing until you hear from me.
Come on. Give me a hand.
Wait a minute, hold it. What do you mean?
I object, Your Honor. These proceedings, this courtroom.
What's the idea? Give me that hose. I gotta get the parrot.
Hey, you!
Shut that off. Wait a minute, I'll have to tie a knot in it.
Give me that. I got it.
Got it?
Get this! Who killed Kirk Robin? I killed Kirk Robin, and not with my little bow and arrow. Don't try to find me as I'm shuffling off the buffalo. Signed, Buckwing. Hooray!
Wait a minute.
Just a second now. Now, ready? Hold it.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
In the endless reaches of the universe, there once existed a planet known as Krypton, a planet that burned like a green star in the distant heavens. There, civilization was far advanced and had brought forth a race of supermen whose mental and physical powers were developed to the absolute peak of human perfection. But there came a day when giant quakes threatened to destroy Krypton forever. One of the planet's leading scientists, sensing the approach of doom, placed his infant son in a small rocket ship and sent it hurtling in the direction of the Earth just as Krypton exploded. The rocket ship sped through star-studded space, landing safely on Earth with its precious burden, Krypton's sole survivor. A passing motorist found the uninjured child and took it to an orphanage. As the years went by and the child grew to maturity, he found himself possessed of amazing physical powers. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. The infant of Krypton is now the man of steel, Superman. To best be in a position to use his amazing powers in a never-ending battle for truth and justice, Superman has assumed the disguise of Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
Kent, I want to see you. Just received another threatening note.
Okay, Mr. White.
Lois, another note from the mad scientist.
Coming in, Chief.
Now listen to this warning. He plans to strike tonight. Beware, you fools. My electrothanasia ray strikes tonight at 12. Total destruction will come to those who laughed at me and failed to heed my warnings. Beware, I strike at midnight. This nut may prove dangerous. Kent, you help Lois follow up her lead. She may have an angle on this thing.
Yes, sir.
But, Chief, I'd like the chance to crack the story on my own.
Well, no.
Thanks, Chief.
But, Lois... Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
Come.
I'm a reporter for the...
So, you want the story? I'll give you the greatest story of destruction the world has ever known. How is that for a story, Miss Lane?
True to his threat, the mad scientist, whose warnings have held the city in a grip of terror, went on his rampage of destruction on the stroke of midnight. The deadly impact of his mysterious ray smashed the famous Tower Bridge, hurling cars and pedestrians into the river below. The police have warned everyone to remain in their homes.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Superman!
I don't believe it. He isn't human.
Congratulations, Lois. That was a great scoop.
Yes, Chief. Thanks to Superman.
Hello, back again. Thanks for tuning in. Now, with all that's going on around the world now, make sure if you go outside, wear a mask. Be a hero. Thanks again. Tune in next week when we show another movie serial. Again, thanks. Good night. Wear a mask.